What's going on, family? You're tuned in to Real Last Real Radio 104.1, your nightcap of comedy. My name is Ken Miller in the big chair tonight. It is Wednesday night, and we are back. We were on a small hiatus, but we want you guys to know we are back with brand new shows this week and hopefully for the whole month. James is out right now, but I'm joined in the virtual studio with my brother who helped start this thing, Mr. Miguel Colon Jr. What's going on, my man?
Not much, man. Not much. Hey, my father is out of Cocoa Beach, and he went to Gregory's to go get himself some food. And there he saw a picture of his favorite comic, Ken Miller. Had to share it with me. He said, "You know, the Godfather's going to be in Cocoa Beach." I said, "You know, your son's in Orlando all the time. Maybe we can hang out. Maybe we can hang out."
That's crazy, bro. What's crazy about the story is, until my last few years of doing Gregory's, I didn't know people ate there like on a normal daily basis. I thought it was just like it's the comedy club open, people eating.
You want to hear
then one day I got there like 6:30, and it was people like actually eating in the restaurant.
Here's something wild. I've never done Gregory's. How? The 2 times I was supposed to do Gregory's, hurricanes hit, and then I just have never done Gregory's ever.
Wow.
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. I got and I've been and they've hit me up. I was gone one time, and then the 2 times I was set to do, I think I was featuring there years ago. Hurricanes hit. So I have just never, and it's weird to me because I'm like, it's just, they've offered, I wanted to do it and everything. I've just never had a chance to do Gregory's in all these years, which is crazy. Yeah.
For y'all listening, it's Gregory's Comedy Club in Cocoa Beach. It's also a steakhouse, very good steakhouse. I did it back when another booker ran it, and Larry Silver ran it. And so I did it back then, and then the funny business took it over, and then I've been working it because it was weird because like I was featuring, and then I got moved up the headliner. Then funny business took it over. Then I started featured again. And then I had to prove myself again. And then now I'm headlining. So if you're in Cocoa Beach this weekend, man, I will be at Greg's. And shout out to Pops, man. I appreciate the love. But also we got to give a shout out, man, to our brand new sponsor, Wine for Horses in East Orlando, 1957 South Alafair Trail, Orlando, and also Wine for Horses in the Dr. Phillips, 7645 Turkey Lake Road. Make sure you check them out. Every Sunday, they got live music with unlimited mimosas, Bloody Marys, sangrias for one price. You can mix and match drinks. Also, they got French crepes. Never had a crepe in my life, so I have to try it when I get there.
You never had a crepe?
Never had a crepe.
Thin pancake. It's delicious.
Never, but I hate pancakes, so you lost me already.
Man.
They also got shrimp and grits, smoked tuna devil eggs at the Dr. Phillips location. Also at their original location at Alafaya, they're going to have trivia. Now, I just got an email from them today. They're doing Harry Potter trivia on the 30th and dirty trivia on the 31st.
Told y'all going to confuse it. There's going to be a bunch of people in gimp suits talking about, these must be the Death Eaters.
Yeah, matter of fact, though, let me look and make sure because I want to get it wrong.
Look, man, no matter what day you go, you could win a dildo or you could win a wand.
Okay. So Dirty is on the 30th. So Dirty Bingo looks like on the 30th, and they're going to do Harry Potter on the 31st. So please don't show up in the gimp suit.
These wizards look weird. Patricio going to be at both of them. Same outfit. Just butterfly wings on, bare-chested in a rainbow hat.
So they also have happy hour 4 to 6 during the weekdays, $2 off drafts and wine, 50% off cocktails, and they also have oyster shooters. And if you go there and tell them, hey, man, I listen to Real Laughs on 104.1, you get your oyster shooter for free. So before we came on, man, we were sitting in the green room, and I popped on Miguel listening to something, and Miguel was sharing me his TikTok obsession, and mine is the same. Is watching just good, wholesome things on
good
TikTok.
Stories, man. Like I go, there's an Instagram page I follow called Upworthy, and they'll get me on anything. Let's see what we got today on Upworthy, because literally the thing is, I don't want to be, they call it, doom scrolling, where people say you're doom scrolling and you're basically just obsessed with reading like bad stories. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't have time for that. I don't want to be obsessed with bad stories. So I like to read positive stories and stuff, and it always makes me smile. what do we got here today on Upworthy? Sometimes they're stupid. Sometimes I'm like, you wasted my time. Okay, guy's grandma lost contact with her best friend 40 years ago, and she moved after years of searching. The family finally found them together. So they found grandma's friend who's been missing for 40 years. This is them, and they reconnected with them, and now these two old ladies are hanging out. Okay, that's cool. I like
That's
that one.
cool.
What do
But
we got?
what if
Yeah.
you reconnect and you both have different political views? Now
She
you
got this
hate each
Biden
other.
hat on, and the other one's got a Trump hat, and she's like, I always knew this about you, Lisa. If we don't build the wall, what's going to happen? She's like, you are Mexican. She's like, but I'm one of the good ones.
I tell you the one I saw the other day. It wasn't on Upworthy, but it was still one of those long lost
Yeah.
great stories. So of course, hey, a black father. Let me start this off. Meets this lady, gets her pregnant, and they have a baby, and then the lady leaves and moves to like San Diego. And then he meets another lady, has another baby with this lady, and she ups and leaves him, and she goes to New Zealand. So the mama in New Zealand gets sick of brain cancer and dies, and they're going to send the girl back home to be with the father, but I think the father passed. So the father passed. Now she's in New Zealand, and then come to find out, she has a sister in Cali. So they do some research and find out both of them are like top-notch wine connoisseurs in two
Both.
different countries, two black girls. So now they have the number one like black wine company in all of America. Black
If you
owned wine
sold
from all
like
America.
6 bottles of wine, you probably got the number one black wine owned company in America. We sold a
Yeah.
5th one.
Yeah.
Oh, we beat Diddy. You know, drink that,
So-
drink that.
Yeah,
You
so
know?
that was like, let me look that up. Black women wine company. And
Black-
I put that and put comedian.
Yeah.
But
I like this one because it tastes purple.
yeah, it's actually it's called Black Woman Owned. Is that it? Now here it is. I found it. Anyway, is I got Spectrum, so it's taking forever to come up. But yeah, so that was like the feel good story that I saw of two long sisters who happen to be doing the exact same thing.
That's wild. I mean, I don't understand genetics to the point of stuff like that. Like, my cousin BJ is an amazing artist, and all his sons are amazing artists. And I don't understand the connection to that because it's not like he said you didn't like teach them to draw. They just were always interested in it and doing it well. And it's always weird to me with something like that. Like these two sisters didn't grow up in the same
Black Girl
households.
Magic. I should have known. Black Girl Magic wines, because
Black
my
Girl
wife has
Magic.
like 4. My wife has all 6 bottles, so we
She's
was
a
the one
collector.
yeah, my wife has Black Girl Magic. Yeah, so two sisters from two different countries.
It's like the
They
Parent
live in-
Trap.
Yeah, like two different. Bro, you were talking about your friend and the artist. My whole family is funny.
See, yeah.
Like, is your family funny? Like I mean, and I'm not just saying they funny because my whole family it's like a Wayans. Like my whole
younger
family
sister
is family, bro.
is hilarious. The rest of my family enjoys comedy, but they're not like me and my little sister, where it's just, she'll drop fire.
Yeah.
The running joke between me and my little sisters, she'll make a joke and I'm like, oh, that's going to kill on stage. Thank you. I tell her all the time. Yeah.
Yo, I'm like, that Junior is hilarious. But I'm mad about it. Because he out funnies me, and I'm like, hey, hold up, dog. Wait a minute, bro. Ain't gonna be but one funny Ken.
Take him out to Homosassa and see how it works.
Hey, bro, I do that with my brothers. When I go home, I got a brother named Reggie. We call him Geese. His last name, but Geese, we call him Geese. And Geese is, bro, I'm talking about funny. So when he comes around, I start.
Yeah.
Before he gets started, because he gonna out funny me, and you can't out. I'm professional.
Yeah, I'm the pro at this.
Yeah, man. So I'm like, yeah, like the Wayans is one of those families that's like, everybody's funny.
Preacher's mom is funny.
Preacher mama and his brother funny, and then his older brother is like a classically trained musician and speaks Japanese.
And his dad's a magician, just disappear.
Yo, I was watching Celebrity Family Feud today, and Rob Lowe, all his kids are actors or
Yeah.
somewhere in the Hollywood. So I'm like, maybe it is something that's
It's
genetic that
just
these
weird.
sisters who are two countries apart
Yeah.
are both like top wine connoisseurs,
Because
bro.
it makes more sense to me with sports because I'm like, yeah, those are genetic traits. You have height, you have this kind of build. So then when you imply that to the sport, it works, you know? Like, but when it comes to artistic things like comedy, drawing,
Drawing,
poetry,
acting,
acting,
poetry,
I'm
yeah.
like, I just don't understand how it works, but I really see a correlation there, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Unless you Michael Jordan kids, then you just
oh
trash.
yeah, and then you just selling shoes in Orlando, you know?
Cause Steph Curry's good.
Yeah.
LeBron, his kids are
Brownie's
good.
good, man.
Man, I was about to say something slick. I said off air. I don't want to get us banned. I was about to say something crazy, man. But yeah, I'm really like my wife, for instance. Like my wife is an entrepreneur, and her dad was a businessman.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that would be genetics or you just saw your parents
That
doing it, and
nature
you was
versus
like,
nurture. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
What we
yeah.
got to do is we got to have see if her dad had another kid that he abandoned somewhere and left him at an orphanage, and we find that kid and he's like, oh, he used to sell sheets at the orphanage,
Yeah,
extra
yeah.
bowls of
And he
gruel.
got a
He was an
t-shirt
entrepreneur.
company now.
Yeah.
He was trying to meet up, yo.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, because you guys don't know during the break, another thing we were talking about James John about his kids and how they look up to Michelle and James because they're high school sweethearts who've been married, since the 70s.
Yeah.
Back when black and Spanish people first were able to marry
The
each other.
Huxtables weren't even
And
doctors yet. You know, they were still in school when James got
they were
married.
married too.
They were building the first Knight Rider prototype at Knight
Good.
Industries, and it was a
Good.
Cutlass Supreme.
And James is just matter, yo. But
Yeah.
they believe that, hey, man, you're supposed to meet your high school sweetheart and be with them forever and be
Yeah.
married. But it's like I said, maybe it's not genetic. Maybe it's just something you see or you saw, and you were like, man, this is how it is. Because I use my community. Most of us, we grew up, not most of us, some of us grew up without a father and single mom. So you see my sister who's a single mom. You know what I'm saying? But is she that because my mom was a single
Yeah.
mom? But then I got my friends who grew up in a two-parent household who are married to their wife or husband, and they have kids, and they're not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I read something that Martin Scorsese wrote, and it always resonated with me. He says, you might be a product of your environment, but you're definitely a product of your expectations. And he says, what expectations are put on you, you will be a product of. He says, so if you grew up in a coal mining community and everybody coal mines and they're telling you every day you're going to be a coal miner, it's going to be hard for you to believe that you could be an astronaut. But if you
yeah,
grow up in that coal mining community and your mother and father tell you every day, you don't got to mine coal, that's what we do, you could figure something out. The chances of you reaching out and broadening your horizons are bigger. So I always believe that you are a product of your expectations the most, what you are
yeah.
expected to be.
That's
You
good.
know?
Hey, we gotta go to commercial. I got a story about that.
Okay, cool.
About the whole this what everybody in this neighborhood do, so you should
Yeah.
do it too. I got a story about that. Hey, we gotta take a commercial break. We'll be right back. Real Labs, Real Radio 104.1. Real Labs, Real Radio 104.1, your nightcap of comedy. Guys, do me a favor. Go out and to Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And please, X, I think it's called X now. Go out to Twitter X or X and follow us. Also, if you want to see these beautiful faces, go to YouTube and subscribe to our channel. You can see all our shows. And if you miss any of our shows over the past 7 years, you can go to iHeart, search Real Labs, and listen to all our shows in podcast format. And also shout out to our brand new sponsors, Wine for Oysters, the East Orlando and Dr. Phillips location. They got happy hour from 4 to 6 on weekdays, $2 off draft and wine, 50% cocktails. Also, you can check them out at brunch on Sundays. We're going to get these dates right. We think they have Dirty Trivia on July 30th and Harry Potter on July 31st. But we'll work that out. And if you go there and you say you listen to 104.1, you can get an oyster shooter for free. Join the virtual studio with my homeboy, Miguel Colon Jr. James is out, man. So we here chopping it up, talking about good times, talking about genetics and what is expected for you. Now, give me that Martin Scorsese
So
one
the
more
line
time.
was, you might be a product of your environment, but you are definitely a product of your expectations. And so the idea being, you might be a product of all the things around you, but you are definitely a product of what the people in your life expect of you. And I
Yeah.
always say this is one of my points to prove that. I say it's the same damn kid that works at Chick-fil-A that works at McDonald's. But if you see how that kid acts at Chick-fil-A versus McDonald's, it is a product of her or his expectation. Because it's the same 16-year-old kid,
Same kid.
but they got expectations there, and the kid hacks it because they want the job and they're going to do what's expected of them. But you go to McDonald's, and that kid, man, you might get fries, you might not. He don't care.
you might get onion rings. And they
Yeah,
even got
you
onion
got
rings,
'em.
bro.
Well, I got a pizza in here. Hey, don't be asking all the. We're gonna just turn the machine off. Turn it off. He ain't getting.
Yeah.
He ain't getting a flurry.
Hey, I'm so glad you said that, man, because I could have been a product of that environment because I was told this is what you can be and this is all you should be. When
Yeah.
I was a kid, we had this lady that ran the youth center in the housing projects I lived in, and she was trying her best to convince all of us to be garbage men.
Because that
garbage
$40
men
an
made,
hour, 35 an hour.
dude,
Yeah.
$800 a week. Now,
Yeah.
$800 a week
Back in the day, that was a lot.
in the 80s is a lot of money.
That's $10.
And
That's $20 an hour. You know,
bro,
basically, yeah.
I told her, I said, I'm gonna be a stand-up comedian. No, the hell you not. You are
Yeah.
going to pick up trash. Or I even take it even further than that. If you look at a lot of kids in the hood, they feel like I gotta sell dope.
Yeah.
I can't work at Chick-fil-A because that ain't no money. I
Yeah.
ain't making no $8 an hour. I gotta sell dope because everybody sell dope. So I'ma sell dope.
Yeah.
But no, dude, I didn't. And I turned out perfectly fine. Now all my friends that did struggling right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
and
yeah, you can get up, you can get the hell out that situation.
and
You
the
can get out of it.
thing for me was, I remember getting older in high school, getting ready to graduate, and I wasn't on a path for college. I was just, by the time I got to, I did so well in school. By the time I started liking girls and weed and fun, and that was like ninth grade. And I was like, oh, I like doing stuff other than listening and learning anymore. So I was doing the minimum, which I tell everybody, waste of
I will
time.
pause you right there
Yeah.
at the minimum. I totally believe that because you have so much knowledge of stuff. I'm like, why this dude ain't a professor? Like, at least you could be a professor at Australia.
Oh, dude, I'd be at Strayer right now, the dean. I just walk in and be like, let's talk a little bit about World War II. And 30 minutes later, he's like, you think I can keep my job doing something here? I was like, we'll figure it out, Carl. All right,
But
leave your plaques.
You were saying when you got the ninth grade.
Yeah, I started doing the minimum. Which I tell every kid that I ever meet, don't. School is an opportunity. You have to be there. There's no way around it. So take the opportunity. You can always have fun. I had more fun after high school than I did in high school. So do high school, man. Set yourself up for whatever kind of success you want. And then if you don't want to do anything, that's fine. But I was doing the minimum, just hanging out, doing the minimum. I was able to retain a lot real quick. So I was cheating myself out big time, cheating myself out. And then I got to my senior year and it was getting close to talking about college and stuff. And that was out for me. I didn't want to do it. But where I was cheating myself was there was all these other opportunities. I had homeboys who were like, hey, I've been studying HVAC all 4 years of high school so I can get out and do this. Here was my problem. I cheated myself on a college path, but I didn't want to work in a factory. And I was setting myself up to be a factory worker. And I'm not knocking anybody, but everybody here who listens and knows that you got to learn technical skills to work in a factory or to work on a line and stuff like that. Or if you want to go to college, you need to work on all your academics. So if you're not working on your academics, you are setting yourself up to work a technical skill job. And that's not what I wanted either. And I got to a scary point when I graduated high school, because what happens is you have fun. And then 2 years after graduating high school, you're talking to all your buddies who've been in the military for 2 years, been working at the plant for 2 years, are in college, and you realize they're setting themselves up for paths of success and you are just chilling. And that is a skill. You are, dog, I'm gonna tell you this much. You are the loser when you are 21 years old and have been working a Joe job and you running into all your homeboys. You got a homeboy who already a sergeant in the army. He's
Bruh.
like, you got another homeboy who's like, I got 30 more days, and I'll be certified for this and this and this. You got a homeboy who's like, man, I'm actually going to take classes in the summer because I want to get my master's. And they're like, what about you? And be like, hey man, this blockbuster thing ain't going nowhere, baby. They talk
Hey,
about making me a manager.
hey, y'all gotta come through here for y'all entertainment. You
Yeah,
gonna come through here, baby? I got Titanic.
yeah.
You got Titanic. I got Titanic, bro.
6 years later, they catch me stocking the red box. They're like, "What you doing?" So I pivoted. I moved with technology.
Hey, bro, what's crazy about that is I can use that when it came to the military because when I went to sign up, I was trying to set myself up for when I got out the military.
Smart move,
Now,
man.
for all my military people listening, if you picked the job you picked, that's what you picked. I didn't want it. I didn't want to be a cook. I didn't want to work supply.
Yeah,
I
you be
didn't
a
want to
tanker.
drive. I didn't want to drive, be a tanker. I didn't want to be a infantry. Like none of, and they were bonuses. They
Yeah.
were giving out $75,000, $80,000, and
Oh, if
that's
you
a
do
lot.
infantry, you do it. They clap in their hands. They like,
Bruh,
oh,
they gave 75 with half up front and the rest every year of your anniversary. Bro,
they,
I got a $3,900 enlistment.
they sat there and turned the picture of the Dodge Charger over while you were signing. Like, yo, can it come with 20s on it? You
I
know?
was like, man, I ain't even got a driver's license, so we
Yeah.
good. But I was like, nah, I want something. So I was doing medical. I
Yeah.
was going to be
You're gonna be a medic.
that's all I wanted was
Yeah.
medical. Score high, and they was like, we ain't got it. And I was like, well, I'm going home because it was a teacher who was going to help me get a scholarship to A&T to be a school teacher.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm going home and go to school. And you know how they do? We like on the computer. Oh, wait, whoa,
Look, it just
whoa.
popped up, Ken. Look at
Ugh.
this.
Hey, you like computers? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, I got this information systems job. You'll be great for. Yeah. It's 6 years though. I said, man, as long as you get me the hell out of Greensboro.
They're like, you like building and doing art? Yeah. You ever work with like pestle and mortar? Well, you'll be a mortarman. Oh, that sounds
Bro.
great. I'll just be working with
Yeah,
mortarman. You're an artist.
And for some reason, your recruiter disappears. You
Yeah.
never see the recruiter again. And the recruiter that brings you to the military, you will never see that dude again,
He
bro.
out.
You
Pulls
never
the
see a
mask
recruiter
off.
again.
Woof, I'm good.
Like Mission Impossible and this
Yeah.
Tom Cruise. But I tell
Look-
every young kid, when you go into the military, pick something that when you get done, you can do it in life, bro. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not knocking nobody else's job in the military. I'm talking about what I did, which was computers and having a chance to work in the White House. But when I got out, I got a job doing IT because I had a computer background and did that job for 18 years.
I would say I've heard this before, Ken, and I think you would agree with it. It goes on what you're saying. Do a job that's going to help you getting out of the military, or do a job that you can only do in the military for that experience.
Yeah.
It's up to you. You're never. If you communications, you're going to be set when you get out. But you want to experience something wild. You want to go for 82nd Airborne. You're never going to find something like that in the civilian world again. So if you know you're going to do your 4, 6, 8, whatever, and you're like, yo, when I get out, I can go do other stuff, but I want to experience this.
And
But
if
I want
you
to.
do experience it, go to school.
Wow, yeah.
Because when you get off work, and a lot of people don't know this, it's a job. When you off, you're off. Unless
Yeah.
you're in like wartime or something. But if you're at a regular duty station, you're not in the field and you're not on wartime, and you get off at work at 4 o'clock when the flag go down and you out there salute and you get dismissed, you off until PT the next day. I had a part-time job. I was working at Payless.
Yeah.
People were going to school. People were at the gym. Dudes was hooping. Cats was just, if I was in the military right now at 18 with all this technology, you know how much trouble?
Yeah.
If I had Netflix and Tinder and at 18, that was
Yo,
nothing. Nothing.
best-
I was going to see you at Blockbuster, bro. What we
Yeah,
talking
yo.
about?
Hey, the best was my homeboy was talking about. He said when he was talking to the recruiter, he was telling him how he went when he got out of school, he wanted to get an engineering degree, and the recruiter was like, "Oh man, combat engineer," and he was like, "Yeah, you don't know." You're gonna be detecting mines.
bruh,
You're gonna be
putting up bridges.
put
The-
some bridges.
Yo, I'm telling you, man, them dudes, them recruiters were bro, just liars.
Yeah,
Like just a lot. Like if you're a recruiter and you listening to this, chime in because I need to know why did you lie to just I would rather you just be like, hey, look, man, you're gonna be a combat engineer. We're gonna have you out here looking for mines, you're gonna
yeah,
be out here putting up bridges. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna be taking apart tanks. Like I would
yeah.
rather you do that than have me thinking, oh, I'm about to be doing some engineering, and you get out there and you're like, beep,
Hear me
beep.
out. It's called scout sniper. The scout part is first. When you think of scouts, what do you think of? Badges, selling cookies.
Yeah.
The sniper part's secondary. Scout. That's the main part.
Yeah, and I think a lot of cats when I was in basic that were infantry guys were wanted to be snipers.
Yeah,
They
probably,
wanted to
man.
be snipers.
Everybody
But
wants probably what they heard about. You know, they're like, oh, that's cool.
yeah, yeah, because
And
they
you get
want
it.
the movie. People
Yeah,
see the movie and they think, oh, this I'm gonna be that, and you're not gonna be
and
that.
your recruiter's sitting there like, yeah, you can't be kid.
Yo, you can be whatever you want.
You,
Or my favorite Miguel, you pick a job. Hey, when you get in, if you don't like it, you can just
you
switch
just
to something
switch.
else.
Hey, we know a girl. This poor girl, man. She's like two ASVAB tests in where they're gonna have to get her a waiver. And I'm like, and she's like, I just, she's just a girl we know. She ain't the smartest, man. Bless her heart, but she's trying. But she told me straight up, she's like, I wanted to do what was it? She's like, I wanted to do satellite comms, but they're telling me I might have to wait a little bit and then they can switch me. And I was like, what are they telling you now? She's like, well, they said they'll put me in motor T for now. And I'm like, for life.
Yeah, you're not switching over.
You
Nah,
ain't get an ASVAB waiver and they're
hey,
switching you over.
nah, you ain't. And I would tell you that you're gonna be working in the motor pool with fixing the satellite truck.
Truck.
Because when I was in my line unit, we were in a motor pool.
Yeah, that's what you said.
We're in
Yeah.
a motor pool, but hey, man, the motor pool dude that wanted to be on computers was fixing my Humvee. So hey man, y'all know it's me and Miguel. If we ain't hip hop, we talking military. I can talk military forever, bro. I tell people all the time, it was one of the best 9 years in my life. It was one of the best things I ever did.
You
So
worked in
shout
the
out to
White
all
House
the veterans,
again,
man.
That's just crazy. You worked in the
Bro,
White House.
Got to work with the man. So shout out to all the veterans, active duty, man. Also to police, firemen, any first responders, man. If you're listening to us, we appreciate it. We got to take a commercial break. When we come back, I want to ask Miguel about if he holding any grudges or if he boycotted anything for life that he's never, ever gonna go back to. We'll be right back. Real Labs, Real Radio 104.1. Real Labs, Real Radio 104.1, your nightcap of comedy. My name is Ken Miller in the big chair tonight. Guys, do me a favor. Go out to Instagram, Facebook, and X. I think it's called X now, which used to be Twitter, but X. And please go follow, like, and subscribe to our YouTube page. You want to see these beautiful faces. And if you miss any of our shows, take your butt over to iHeart and search Real Labs. 7 years of podcast formatted shows, man. Shout out to our new sponsors, Wine for Oysters, East Orlando, and in the Dr. Phillips. Got happy hour every day from 4 to 6, $2 off draft and wine, 50% off cocktails and oyster shooters. And if you tell them, hey, man, I listen to 104.1 Cub, they're going to give you a free oyster shooter. So make sure you tell them we sent you, man. Join the virtual studio with Miguel Colon Jr. James is off tonight. My wife sent me this meme, man, because she sends me stuff, bro, every the post for conversation pieces on, and it was names a business, a person, or anything that you've boycotted and you refuse to go. I mean, it's been
You
years,
will never.
and you ain't. I don't care what happened. You ain't ever going there.
I actually don't think I have the moral conviction
I said the
to
same thing.
boycott anything forever. I got food poisoning from a food truck once, and 6 months later, I was like, I'll try it again.
I said the exact same. Miguel, only thing I can think of is some comedy clubs and bookers I won't ever work for again as a comic. But when it comes to,
and here's the thing with me, there's some comedy clubs and bookers that I won't. because I don't think they'll ever step it up. But if they did send me a check first for the amount, like more than what I want, like if there's somebody I'm like, I'll never work with that dude again. His club was garbage. And then the club's like, hey man, we want you 5,000, 30 minutes. I'll be like, all right, but I'm not hanging out. You know,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
there's just I don't got the moral conviction. Now, also, I haven't been done dirty to the point where I'm like, no. Like, well, I changed that. No, you're right, Ken. I have known of bookers who have stole from people, and I will never work with them, even if they offered me a lot of money, just because I don't believe when you do business with a thief, it's ever going to work out for you. But
Yeah.
it's not my moral conviction stopping me. It's more my intuition saying, don't believe this. So I don't know, man. And also,
Yeah.
and there's people who have done friends of mine dirty that I'll never associate with or anything like that. But it's hard for me to think of like a chain business or something that I'm like, I'll never go into BJ's wholesale club again. You know what you did,
Yeah.
you know?
Hey, yeah, I had to text my wife because they asked my wife because my wife jokes it's a singer I like named Kim,
Yeah.
and she hates his voice, and that's like she's like that was her one boycott thing. Then I just text her say, baby, what is this something? Now it was a restaurant, it's closed now in Winter Park that me and my wife had stopped going to because he said some racist stuff on Facebook.
Yeah.
No matter what, I don't care how you vote, and y'all know this how we run on this show. It's called COVID. It's
Yeah.
not the China virus.
Yeah.
It's called COVID. And he kept calling it. And we had just went to the place and the food was spectacular, bro. It was so good. She just texted me. That's how I remember it. And we gave him 5 stars. We were like, this place is amazing. And then like a week later, he was like, yeah, the China virus. And I was just like, bro. And so my wife said something, and then the dude said something back to her. And I was like, now what we not gonna do is talk to Mrs. Miller that way.
Yeah.
Because I run up in Winter Park with the blicky,
Yeah.
bro. We ain't about to do that.
Blicky, the blam, the burner, the biscuit.
Whatever, yo. So I was asking her, and she said that was it, but that closed now. But I will say this: I did have a boycott of Walmart at once. I just
Boycott
hated
and Walmart's a tough decision.
Hey, ask me how many years, bro?
How many years?
4.
Really?
I didn't go to Walmart for 4.
You never needed
years.
anything at 3 in the morning?
Target. I went to Target. If Target wasn't open, I was at Big Lots. I went everywhere but Walmart for 4 years. I didn't start going back to Walmart till I met my wife and we started dating. And she's like, I gotta go to Walmart for something. I said, I'm boycotting Walmart. And I was boycotting them for the fact it take too long.
Yeah.
It's 2 registers open and 75,000 people in line. And this was before they was doing all the automated stuff.
Yeah, they still just only had 2
I'm
people
like,
working.
bro, I like, why these lines? I used to tweet them all the time. So y'all a $1 billion company. Why does the shopping cart never work?
That one wheel's just always Jake. Like he was drinking moonshine his whole life. He got that Jake leg.
It's always Harlem shaking. Why?
Yeah.
So I was like, Walmart was one that I had boycotted seriously for 4 years. But dude, I was thinking like music. I was thinking like drinks.
Every now and then I'm bumping R. Kelly song, and I think he's evil,
bro. I'm telling you,
I think he's evil.
Anything.
And then every now and then I'm like, oh man, I forgot about this one. Bum, bum, bum. I'm like, oh, you could tell he was hurrying up because he had Sparkle locked in the closet.
Yo, I was just about to say that.
I gotta finish her. I'm like, he would get him in one take because he was like, if I stay too long, they'll claw their way out the door.
Yo, they got this soul something on Facebook, and they do like years versus years, like 91 versus 93. And Sparkle, be careful. I gotta go listen to this, bro. That song is the
A Woman Scorned. That joint's hard.
I had to go back and listen. I was like, man, this R. Kelly. But I said, and I was on the porch smoking one, and I was like, man, let me not have this out loud.
Hey, it's hard, man. I was listening to Bad Man. I love that song, but it's true. He is a bad man. I'm a bad man, not ashamed of it. I'm like, maybe you should be.
Yeah, you should be, man. But yeah, man, I was really like, I can't think of anything that I have a grudge with. I've boycotted. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know how people are like, man, I don't eat here because they don't do this.
Yeah.
I can't think of nothing, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I remember during like the Chick-fil-A times when people were boycotting Chick-fil-A. I was like, look, man, I would tell them all the time, I get it. Truett Cathy, the founder of Chick-fil-A, he probably don't want my uncle to marry his boyfriend. But I'm pretty sure Colonel Sanders would shoot me for using the wrong water fountain. You know, like, so let's be real here. I don't make my social choices on chicken. And I applaud people though who stand by something and can do it. But I know more people who like to talk than can do, you know?
Oh, 100%, bro.
Like I
100%.
know so many like people that are like Christians and they're always talking about the end of times. And I'm like, listen, man, when that mark of the beast come around and he's handing out sandwiches and you ain't got food, me and you gonna be like, a lot of people talk trash about the devil. But this brisket, whew.
This is why I didn't boycott.
Yeah.
My daughter, who's gay, was
Yeah.
like, I'm like, what y'all want for dinner? And she was like, Chick-fil-A. I was like, but she said, Daddy, that chicken good. Like,
Yeah. we gotta blame the chicken on this now.
If my daughter was like, Dad, man, if you don't mind, can we not go there? I'd be like, all right, baby. For you, we boycott. But when my daughter was like, yeah, man, we can go Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah,
You think Colonel Sanders was marching with Dr. King? I mean, he was at the march.
Yeah.
But he wasn't marching with him. He was on the sidelines.
This is what makes the stereotype about chicken funny to me.
Yeah.
Because everybody eats fried chicken.
Fried chicken is a Southern staple. And then it's culturally a staple in multiple countries. Italians eat fried chicken. It's not bone in, but it's Milanese. Everybody fries chicken. Chinese fried chicken. Vietnamese fried chicken. Everybody fries chicken. Now add a grape soda, and I see what you're saying here.
Yeah.
Other than that.
Yeah. Because if you go to white fried chicken place, it's gonna be Pepsi products.
Pepsi products. I'm like, y'all don't care.
Yeah.
Anytime if I go to a place and I see a bottled cheer wine, I'm like, all right, yes, I will have your fried chicken.
Yeah, but I grew up in the Carolinas and I can't do Pepsi.
Yeah, it's all Pepsi in Carolina.
I can't do Pepsi, man. I cannot do Pepsi. I
don't mind it, but it don't taste like it. I have a Pepsi because I need a beverage. I have a Coca-Cola because Coca-Cola is delicious.
Yeah.
A Pepsi is just one of those like, oh, okay, that's what you got. It better be ice cold. That's the thing, though. If a Coca-Cola is not ice cold, you still taste the deliciousness. You just wish it was ice cold. Once a Pepsi's room temperature, I'm like, it's burning. It's burning.
And it's funny because my brothers be like, hey, bro, bring me a Pepsi. And I'm like, all right. And I bring them a Pepsi. Well, no, I mean, they mean any soda.
They mean Coke. Yeah, any soda.
Yeah, any soda. It's like, let me get a Coke. And it's just any soda to some people, man.
My mom calls Kool-Aid. Any kind of powdered beverage is Kool-Aid. Like, so I'm always like, because I got the Crystal Lights. And she's when I come over there to her house, her and my sister, they drink little cups. I fill everything up. Yeah. And they'll just have like a little bit. I've watched my mom and my sister eat a whole meal without touching their drink. And I'm like, y'all heathens. I'm down one soda before that meal starts. That's an appetizer soda.
I don't even understand our parents be like, yo, you got to finish your food for you're going to get full. Nah, bro. I'm not going to get full. Trust me.
Yeah, trust me. This thing expands. It's built. I eat on the road, okay? I have eaten at a rib place on the way to a show and another rib place afterwards just because me and James were like, we're never going to be here again.
So we got to do double ribs.
We got to shoot double ribs. Hey, back in them bonkers days, don't listen, bonkers. Back in them bonkers card days, I'd be like, James, appetizer platter at this joint, and then we'll take some back and we'll go back in the bonkers card days. I was like, James, my car only runs on premium and snacks. And he was like, swipe
it. I do that when I go somewhere out of town and I go to like a barbecue or soul food place, and I be like, man, give me 3 meals.
Yeah,
I ain't coming back tomorrow. I'm just gonna put it in the fridge and heat it up every day in the hotel room.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, give me the turkey meal, give me the oxtail and the fried chicken meal. I'm gonna eat the fried chicken meal today because I don't like microwave fried chicken. Everything else I can heat up. I can heat up in the microwave and eat, and I ain't got to worry about no food, bro.
There's some foods that I would prefer eating cold than microwaving. Like fried chicken is one of them. I'm not gonna microwave the fried chicken. I'll just have it cold.
Yeah.
I'll put the hot sauce on it and have it cold. Because the microwave, that's why the air fryer and the toaster oven came through like bosses. Because the microwave, it's just like, hey man, you know what tastes good on your fried chicken? Depleted uranium. You know?
Yo, we went somewhere last week out of town for a comedy show, and my wife like, "Are we taking the air fryer? Cause we got a little one and a big one." I
Yeah.
was like, "Nah, we ain't gonna need it." And that weekend we had got some. She's like, "This see, we should have brought the air fryer, and we could have been heating this food."
Dude, when me and this girl used to go out to shows all the time, we brought the air fryer and the oscillating fan. Anytime we
Ooh,
went anywhere, because we would get to a hotel, and I'd set that fan right up at the foot, AC and everything blasted. I'd have the air fryer, and I'm like, baby, we living. We
living good
living.
life, bro. Make a whole meal out there,
Oh,
man.
reheat a Visani's pork chop in that air
Bruh.
fryer.
Oh man, I'm at Vasani's in a few weeks. I can't even wait, man. With that being said, we got to get up out of here. One more shout out to our brand new sponsors, Wine for Horses in East Orlando and Wine for Horses in Dr. Phillips. Make sure you check them out every Sunday. Live music, unlimited mimosas, Bloody Mary, sangria. For one price, you can mix and match your drinks. Also, they got crepes, which I can't wait to go and taste. I've never had a crepe before. Shrimp and
Delicious.
grits, smoked tuna, deviled eggs. Also, they are doing trivia on the 30th and the 31st of July. We will tell you guys what those are because we do not want you to show up a dirty trivia on Harry
Just be
Potter night.
prepared. You might see some dildos. You might see some magic. You know.
Or you might see the magic dildo. You
Yeah.
never know, man. And they got happy hour 46 on weekdays, $2 off draft and wine, 50% off cocktails. And if you go there and say, hey, we listen to 104.1 Real Last, you get a free oyster shooter. Miguel, where you at this weekend, bro?
This weekend, I'm going to be doing a show over in iDrive. It's called, I messed it up yesterday. I was talking to somebody. I messed it up, so I'm going to do it the right way. Oh, I got all these pictures. God damn it. All right. It is the Summer Comedy Jam at Perfecto's Lounge, 5250 International Drive, next to Deezerland. The tickets are available on Eventbrite. That is Saturday, July 29th at Perfecto's Lounge.
Cool. This week, as Miguel Father said, I am at Cocoa Beach at Gregory's Comedy Club Thursday through Saturday. It is a steakhouse and comedy club. Very delicious food. So make sure you check us out, man. Hey, man, we're Real Labs. All new shows this week. Thanks to our new sponsor. We appreciate that. I'm Ken Miller. James John is out there doing whatever. And that's Miguel Colon Jr. Miguel, tell her what to do.
Take your ass to bed.
Good night.